Hey guys, Omar here, and today we're going all Inception. I'm in different phantom zones. We're gonna show you today how I vlogged with the Rokinon 12mm f2 lens and how to sort of focus without a flip screen. You know, this video in the future is gonna be ridiculous because cameras are gonna have, with this whole selfie generation coming up, cameras are definitely going to start coming out with more flip screen where you could see yourself. I mean, video cameras had them before. So now, what happened? Where'd I go? Oh, I'm back. I know I'm going to get this question. How do I get the Fuji X-T20 to display on a screen? Just get this little HDMI cable mini to HDMI. And it's really a nice way where you can even show off your pictures if you have a big 4K TV. All right, how to vlog with the Rokinon 12mm. Well, first of all, I really don't recommend it unless you're very motivated to kind of figure out distances and depth of field. And there's an easy way if you want to just, I'll show you that. And then if you really want to play around with f2 and get a lot of like bokeh in the background, I'll show you that as well. But just to show you how easy vlogging should be, I'm going to put on the 18-55. Now, if you do have this kit lens, some people got this as the kit lens. This right now is a great option for video because it has image stabilization. You can see Spidey over there, totally stabilized, totally nice. And what's great in video, in auto mode, I'm just going to start recording. There we are, recording Spidey. And you can flip it if you're on vacation, and you can keep it on 18 nice and wide, and you can look right into the screen and, hey, how you doing there? How you doing? And it pretty much stays nice and still, and it does track. So if I go back to my door over there, what's up? I come back to my face, what's up? Door, oh, there's the Hulk. There's the Hulk. Oh, getting all hunty. Sometimes it does that in auto mode. It gets a little hunty, but again, for my purposes, it works totally fine. I'm just doing an update right now on vacation or something. I see a site. Oh, there's a statue of Spider-Man. Nice and stabilized. Back. I look good today. Anyway, so you get it, guys. You get it. So that's pretty much the 18-55. That's my go-to. Now, why would you want to use the Rokinon 12mm? Well, it's kind of GoPro-y. It's very wide. If you're like in the Grand Canyon and you want to kind of walk down the trails and show everything that's around you, or you're on a vacation, or just to get a different perspective if you're indoors somewhere. So let's show you that. Okay, my last pet peeve video, we talked about switching lenses. So one good suggestion was to hold the camera, I can't really with this tripod, but hold the camera with your left hand with your palm, and then you can totally do it like normal. You hold it at the bottom with your palm. I didn't think of that. So I don't have to reach around the lens. That's kind of cool. Thanks for that suggestion. Hold it with your palm at the bottom. All right, Rokinon 12mm. Now this gets to be a little annoying. First of all, there's no image stabilization. So here, let's go on to Spidey there. Let's say I'm gonna hold that still as I can. Nice. And no matter how much I try to hold it still, it will for sure have a little bit of motion blur. All right, now autofocus. There's no autofocus on this lens, so you have to manually focus. Now, before you can understand where you're going to focus this thing, you're gonna have to understand something about depth of field. So let's show you that real quick. Okay, depth of field, just really quick to show you. I'm not an artist, but it kind of goes like this. So if you're at 2.0 and you point the camera at your face, well, your depth of field is going to be very, very shallow, very narrow. And that means that only this little area is an acceptable focus if you're that close to the camera. So if I'm holding it and doing an update, I know I only have about, let's look it up. Okay, guys, you can Google depth of field calculator. My app of choice is Photog's Friend. This is by Martin Bailey. Martin Bailey's a great photographer, nature photographer. I'll link him up below, but he made a fantastic app. This is the Fuji X-T20 is a crop sensor camera of 1.5, so crop factor 1.5. This has full frame, it has other crop sensors on there. Our lens is an f2 lens, or we're gonna be at f2, and our focal length is stuck at 12mm. Okay, we don't have a zoom lens. And I'm gonna say I'm gonna vlog from a foot away from the sensor. And so what's cool is this gives you a little visual representation of your depth of field, but pretty much we have less than 2 inches. So that means less than 2 inches of movement. So if you get too close to the lens, you'll be out of focus. If your nose goes far, it'll be out of focus. So you can play around with this calculator and be like, you know what, f2 is too crazy, so I'm gonna go to 5.6. And now your depth of field is 5.5 inches. And so the more you close down your aperture, the fatter this depth of field is gonna be. And so if you're vlogging with the Rokinon, sorry, we just went to 5.6, you're now gonna have a little bit of a wider area and that you can just go like this and take your picture. Okay, so I highly recommend this app. It also has ND filter. Those of you that you can actually pick which ND filter you have, and that will also calculate into your depth of field. For those of you that do landscapes and stuff, excellent, excellent app. So get it. Okay guys, here's the Rokinon 12mm, and it is a manual lens and it has a really nice focus. There's a couple of lenses that take a long time to focus. This one really micro focuses fantastic, and it should. It's a full manual focus lens. Now these markings on here basically mean distances. Feet are in orange and meters are in white. So basically if you're focusing on something that is far away, you can basically just turn the lens all the way to the left and you can go to infinity, and that mountain that's a mile away, you're definitely gonna have in focus. If there's something really close to you, you can actually go all the way to the right as far as you can and try to focus. Now when I focus with the lens that way, I actually go all the way to the left and then I use my body to focus on something. If I want to get as close as possible, I just go all the way to the right and then use my body, of course using the LCD to focus. Let's see if we can sort of demonstrate that. Let's say that it's right here, it's not in focus. Let me turn on, yeah. It's not in focus. I can turn all the way to the right and then I use my body to focus where I want. Okay, you get that? So again, let's say it's all the way to infinity and I want to focus on this lens here. I just go like this all the way, go like this, and then actually focus with my body, and then I could take the picture. Now, when you're vlogging though, you kind of have to know how far you are from the little marker that is somewhere here. See that dumb little marker right there? That little marker means that's where the sensor is. So any kind of distance here is from that little marker to your face. So if you're vlogging, you're pretty much about a foot away from the sensor if you're getting really close. Now each person is different, each person's arm length is different, so you're gonna have to practice. Do I have a little something? Look at that little something on my nail. So figure out what your distance is to your face. And for me, it turns out that I am about I have to put my lens, after practicing, I realized if I'm holding it about a foot away, if I put the little dot right on the 3, I pretty much will be in focus if I'm at f2, f2.8, okay? Now remember, if you want to be safe, you can totally go up to f4, 5.6. This is safe territory. If you want to be more artsy and have that crazy bokeh, then you're going to really have to practice where you hold it. Now, after practicing, I know that if I hold it away from me, I made a tiny little mark there. I don't know if you can say it. I just made like a little bump before the 1. And I know that if I get really close up, I have to be on the 3. So I go pretty much between those two. Arm's length, in your face. Arm's length, in your face. You're gonna have to practice. You're gonna have to practice. And you can sort of just use a measuring tape too if you want to measure the distance from the middle to where your face is. So you can do that as well. But I find that using that screen and the little HDMI cable is the quickest way for you to find you know, where the spots are. All right, so you have 2 choices. You can either go f2 and get very fancy, delicious bokeh in the background, but your depth of field is so small that you kind of have to memorize your distance. One stupid trick that I've been using is distance from my pinky to my thumb to my chin like this if I want to do a quick update into the camera. Okay, so I'll show you that now. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to move the depth to my known distance for close-up. That's right on the 3. So what I've memorized is where to put the manual focus. And now I know that at distance here, I can look into the camera and I'm pretty much should be in focus. Now, the way I learned how to do this, I'm at f2 right now, f2. So hold on right there. Distance, yeah, distance from here. I know that looks ridiculous, but I know distance from here to here, I can talk into the camera like this and I'm pretty much focus f2. Now this is kind of dangerous because the background looks wonderful, but if I just move a little bit or if I have the distance wrong and I'm trying to do an update, you're out of focus, okay? So you might want to switch up, watch when I switch up to 5.6. I'm still the same distance away. And now I'm at 5.6. The camera uses its auto features, auto ISO, to keep me focused. To keep me exposed. But now if I back up a little bit, I'm kind of a little bit out of focus, but I am in acceptable focus. And I can get close and do an update, and I'm pretty much in focus. All right, so 5.6, very safe. And then if you really want to be safe, you can go to f11. F11's great if you're outdoors and it's super bright sun. F11, you can be close. You can actually back up a little bit. And so pretty much at F11, you're safe to kind of, you know, talk into the camera and also hold it out a little bit. I'm starting to be out of focus just a tad there. So you got to use your distance meter, and you also need a screen like this so that you can kind of practice. Now, lest you think, some people, I know what you're thinking, why don't you just use the app? So you can use the Fuji app to see yourself and focus. The problem with that is someone figured out and left a great comment in our little comment section that if you use the app as a remote to record video, it only records at 720p. Now, if that doesn't bother you, then fine. You could focus yourself using your phone, using the Fuji app, and then you could just start recording, fine. But you're gonna be recording at 720p. So that's kind of lame, you know, that's our substitute for a flip screen is out if you want to shoot 4K or 1080p. Hold on, let me put it on. Whoa, overexposed, 2.8. This is my 2.8 look. You know what? Let's go crazy. We're going to f2. F2, baby, super dangerous. So if I'm recording at f2, I put a little mark on my lens. I know where, if I'm holding it straight out like this, I know that I'll pretty much be in focus there. Hey, look at this great Grand Canyon around us in my open, gross closet over there. And then if I'm going to talk into it, I just look at the distance meters. Yeah, pain in the butt. It is a pain in the butt, I'm telling you. I put it on the 0.3, and I should be in focus there. Oh, let me check my distance. Let me check. And yeah, I'm in focus. But again, it's kind of dangerous, and you got to be, you know, you might have to do a couple of takes. But the look is really cool. You know, because behind you, great bokeh at f2. Again, to be safer, I'm going to go to f4, use my stupid method, and now I'm talking into there. I should totally be in focus. Hey, what's up? What's up? Always check, obviously, after you record, check what your recording did. But again, that's how you vlog with it, is you kind of have to practice, know your distances, know how depth of field works, and you're going to look like an idiot. All right, there you have it, guys. So get a TV, get a little cable with a little HDMI. I hope I'm in focus. Am I focused? Yeah, because I'm in the right. I'm actually right on the 3. I know that if I'm at the 3, if you keep failing, go to f4, 5.6, and you can talk right into the camera here. And then just switch to your mark that you make on the lens, and you could be like, hey, here's the grand, whoa, and there's the Hulk and the Hulk and the Hulk and the... All right, guys, there you have it. So vlogging with the Rokinon 12mm, not super convenient, but you can do it. You just have to practice. All right, I'll see you guys next time.